Hey guys, welcome back. So it's been a hot minute since I last did my last shot my stash. It's been 4 weeks, so we're changing it up. I'm really not happy with doing it every 4 weeks, the shot my stash. I used to absolutely love weekly shot my stashes, so I'm going back to that format, and we're just doing the picking out portion, and then in a few days time I think I'm going to do favourites and fails from the previous shot my stash. If you want to see the previous shot my stash picks, I'm going to put it in this video. I just feel like showing you what I chose last month as well is kind of a little bit redundant if you ask me. So we're just going to pick out what I'm going to use for this shot my stash, and that's how we're going to do it, unless I get loads of comments that say they don't like that format. If you don't like this format, please just tell me and I'll find another way to switch it up, because the most important thing to me is that you like my content and you like what I put out there. So if you like longer videos, then I can always go back to them later on. I know that some of you do, but some of you don't. Some of you just don't have time to watch them, which is absolutely fine with me, because it means the editing process for me isn't as long. Anyway, let's dive into it. So, I've got a rough idea of what I want to pick out this time. So primers then. I spoke about picking out this one last time, if you remember. So it's the Glow Cherie, and this one is in Light Glow. There we go. So that one's in Light Glow. It's a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury, so I want to try that. I mean, I do like it, or I did like it when I last tried it. I want to try it again. And then foundations. There's a couple. There's this one, because I don't think there's that much left in it. The Technique Luminous Glow, so definitely want that. I think that's in the shade Porcelain. Yeah, it is. The lightest shade. Go figure. And then there's this one, because I really don't know how I feel about it, guys. The Urban Decay Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator. When I got it, I quite enjoyed it. But then I wore it after a few days and I thought, this isn't as good as I thought. And for the price point, guys, it's over the £30 to buy. For the price point, it should be absolutely freaking amazing, shouldn't it? So yeah, I want to try that. I'm only doing it for a week, so really I should just pull those two out and just go in between. But because the Technique one, yeah, we've got the Project Pan one. The Misha B is in Project Pan as well. So we've got an illuminator, 2 foundations. We need a primer now. So let's go in here. I'm looking for my Dior one. Oh, it's here. Right, so this is one for pores, so we're going to pull that, and for the pores, and then I want to pull a hydrating one. So what am I don't really have too many primers. This was made clear to me when I did my primer collection and declutter. There's just not that many to choose from, so I want to pull this Shades by Shan, the hydrating primer. And I think that's it. I've just got way too many powders, guys. Having to like go in with my primers just to make room. Speaking of powders, I need to choose some. So let's choose this Nude by Nature one. Doesn't want to focus. It's trying its little heart out, so it's a translucent loose finishing powder. We'll choose that. And I want to choose a different one, like a more glowy finishing powder, but that's in with a palette. So we'll choose that in a second when we get there. Oh, we haven't chosen a concealer. I don't have many concealers either. Oh, this is the one I wanted to choose though. The Essence Skin Loving Sensitive Concealer. There we go. Just takes a while to focus. So that's all of the base products, I think. yeah, that's all of the base products. So now let's move over to, I think I'm going to do eyeshadows next. So for this section I'm going to have to take you off the tripod. So the first one is in here. Can you guess which one I'm going to choose? So they're all Natasha Denona's here. I'm going to choose this one that Amy kindly gifted to me. And I really can't wait to, let's put it down a second. I really can't wait to use this shade here. Doesn't want to focus, but you can just about see it. And you'll notice some changes. So I had all my Shop My Stash in here last time, I think last Shop My Stash, and I've changed it into this here. Now there's still some products in there, but that's kind of essentials and things like that, which you'll see when I do the overview. So we've got my Pat McGrath palettes on top there, my ABH ones there. There's the Glamlite ones here. I thought I'd lost all my Glamlite palettes. I have never panicked so much in my life, but I really want to pull this one out. I've had to get rid of the packaging, which upset me a little bit, but I just don't have room for it, guys. So we're going to be pulling that one out. It's got some beautiful pastels in it, and it's perfect for this time of year. And I haven't used them. I've only used like the neutrals in the palette, so I want to use that, and I think it would probably go really, really nicely with the Natasha Denona one. So yeah, those are the two palettes we're going to be using for the week. And if I do a live, which I don't think I'm going to do lives now for the next 2 weeks, there's just a heads up there, just purely because you're going to be getting a video from me every single day. I'm sure you're not going to want to see me in a live twice a week on top of that. I don't want to like flood your feeds. So yeah, now then, let's do blusher, and that's changed as well, so let me take you over to where that is now. I've just remembered I want to pull a palette. I'll show you where my blush collection is now. This used to hold the lipsticks, if you remember, like drugstore. So we've got kind of high-end ones here, and drugstore, and there's some high-end ones there as well. Then creams. So that's that. I don't think I'm going to pull anything from here. Let's go down to face palettes. Okay, so I've got all my lipsticks in here now, which we'll be pulling from in a little while. But the palette that I want to use is this one off Amy. I want to give this a good go over the next week. So it's got 2 blushes in and a highlighter, so that's why I don't want to pull much. So let me just put that on the vanity. It was kind of a, I don't know whether to use this one because I've not used that much, or whether to use the Pat McGrath, but I've not really used Pat McGrath at all. So I did try it out once, but yes, it's not really enough to form an opinion, and I'd like to form an opinion. So we'll come back to the lipstick shortly. Bronzer. Another one that Amy kindly sent to me was this one. It's not for focusing. I'll try and get to the palette to focus in a second, but that's the bronzer I want to use. And also I want to try this as a bronzer as well. They're made by Mitchell Blush. So we'll do that. Right, and the other palette I wanted to bring in is the Hourglass one, because it's got that finishing powder in I was telling you about. And it does have a bronzer in there as well, so if the Pat McGrath one didn't work out, I've tried it before and I thought it looked lovely on the skin, but if it didn't, or I wanted a different tone, I could use this. Just trying to figure out, there's not much there, I'm just looking over at it, and there's just not much there at all. I'm wondering if I should pull in any more highlighters, but with my singles, I really know the collection really, really well. So, hang on. Right, so I think I'm going to pull this sleek one in. Excuse the fact that you can see my camera in it. This one was all the rage back in the day. It's the solstice one. So I think I'm going to pull that in because it's got some colourful highlighters. And I might be inclined to use something like that with the pastel palette. It was either a choice between that or the one that Naomi gifted to me. That one there, but I've used that recently. Not really recently, but I have used it, and I haven't used the sleek one. And it will let me know if I want to keep or declutter it. So I think that's everything from there. So literally I think it's just lipsticks. Unless I want to put in a cream blush or something, because I don't think I've got any cream blush. Let me just have a look at what I've got. I don't know, guys. I mean, these ones are pretty, both of these. Maybe I'll pull in both of these because they're just really, really light cheek tints. Or maybe I'll pull in the Flower Beauty ones, because the Flower Beauty ones are really pretty too. No, we'll pull in the Barry M ones like I was going to. See, I wasn't going to pull in these ones at all, but I really, really do like those. And then it's a case of lipsticks. So we always do lipsticks at the end. Just move my brushes out of the way. Literally, that's it. I have way more than that. This here, up to here, would probably fit in a makeup bag, and I've got all that space. So if I carry on and only pull that much, it might be just a everyday makeup bag that we do, not an actual drawer system, but we'll put it in there for now. So yeah, let's do that. I'll put you back on the tripod. It really doesn't look like there's a lot here. Right, so we'll put the palettes to one side. Let me see if I can show you this. Yeah, you can see that a lot more, can't you? Isn't that just the cutest packaging? So this is a nude honey. What I don't like about this is it took me all my time when I did the bronzer collection yesterday to find what shade it is. Oh, it does actually say it, but it says it down here. I don't think it's going to focus. It says it down here. Oh yeah, there you can see it. And I was looking up here. I thought it was called Regal Radiance. Anyway, it's Nude Honey. I'll show you what it looks like now I've got it open. And that's the shade of it there. Amy picked well. Isn't that beautiful? I'm trying to go around the crown, which is just silly, you know. But yeah, I'm going to use that. So I need to figure out where I'm putting everything. This might not even be the right place to put it. And then we're using this. Isn't that pretty? And I've been wanting this blush for ages, but I'm really, really keen to try this one as well. And of course the highlighter. So what you're getting in here is Divine Rose Desert Orchid, which is the one that I've wanted to try, and then Golden Nectar. Oh, that's the bronzer actually. Oh yeah, that can go in. So we've got the blush. This is the Made by Mitchell & Darling Peach. I don't know if it's going to work as a bronzer. If not, it's there for a blush. Then we've got these two kind of serum blushes. But for some reason they don't want to focus. It doesn't matter. It's the Fresh Face Cheek and Lip Tint. And I've got Summer Rose and Peach Glow. So I'll show you them next to one another. You can see the shades at least. You might not be able to see the writing, but at least you can see the shades. Hate it when it doesn't focus. Oh yeah, there's this palette as well. So my Hourglass palette, and this one is the Ambient Lighting Edit in Universe. and the only real reason I've pulled this is for this shade here, this this finishing powder. But it's nice to have options with the blushes and the bronzer and this little highlighter here. That's just such a pretty palette. Don't know if that'll fit on top there as well. We don't need to get them into one drawer though, so let's put this down at the bottom. Then I've got this sleek highlighter palette. So like I said, it's in the shade Solstice. There's just no way it's going to focus. Oh, there we go. And they're the shades. Have any of you guys got this in your collection? I just remember when everyone were using it. I used all three apart from that cream. Highlighters can go there. Right, so concealers. So my concealer can go there. And this hydrating primer can go in there as well, because it's only small. Brought this out as well, this sun-kissed hyaluronic acid nourishing under eye serum. So I'm looking forward to using that. Put the powder in there, and I think the rest go on top. I'm going to show you the palettes in a second. Just got 4 things here. 4 things, and I'm going to put them on top. So I'll put you back up so you can see what I'm doing. Oh, and this is my Project Pan one. So I'll be using that as well. And then just the 2 eyeshadow palettes. Oh, we need to get some lipsticks as well. Right, so let's take this out of the box. So, Natasha Denona Mini Pastel Palette. How beautiful is that though? I need to show you this shade. It's a duochrome. Where can I put it? Let's do another swatch. Look at that. I'm sure it's not doing it justice, but that is absolutely beautiful. So I was thinking I could wear that with some of the shades from this little beauty here, especially the more neutral shades. So yeah, I really can't wait to use this more. It was kindly sent to me by Naomi, as I've said in videos before, and I was always gonna use it more in the spring summertime, but I just keep forgetting to use it. So yeah, I'm gonna use that. And I was just thinking before, I mean, where could I put this with those? I mean, it's a random colour to put that, because that's like a golden, that's like a really golden shade. So that's like really gold. It's not a pastel. You know, I can kind of understand why she's put these shades in, but not that. So, I mean, I like it. It's a duochrome, like I said earlier, but I don't understand why she's put that shade in. So they go in the bottom drawer. And then we can go and choose some lipstick. Right, so try and get this done before the battery goes. So it's all about testing things now. Not this one though. I just want to pull this out because I've not used it yet. So Amy kindly sent it to me. So it says it's a Pat McGrath Labs Pink Ultra Nurse 413 Luxe Trans lipstick, and it's really pretty. So that's the shade of it there. It's perfect for this time of year. So I'm going to try that. Then there was this one by Sophex when she did the collaboration. This one is in the shade Cake. I do have 2 of hers, but the other one's more fall. This one is my favourite one, so I want to see if I still like it. So I'll pull that. Did I want to use this one as well? Yeah, I wanted to try this one as well. So this one is in the shade Awaken. Another neutral. And was that it from the neutral side of things? I can't remember. Because I've kind of pre-planned what I want to use. Yeah, I think that's it from that side. Is there anything in here? No, nothing in there. What about in this section? So you've just got to bear in mind it is only for a week. And I've got to bear in mind what palettes I'm using. Great, I've dropped a lipstick on the floor. I wouldn't mind trying this. I've had this, I lost it and I found it in a handbag. So it's from Ciate. It was the Ciate and Chloe Morello lipstick in the shade Sydney. So I know it's all nude now, we need to get some red in. Okay, so I want to pull this one out. This Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink. So you've seen the nudes that I pulled, but you didn't see the red lipsticks. So there's only 3 of them. And we've got 4 nudes by the looks of it. So we've got 7 in total, 1 for every day of the week. Excuse the darkness, hang on, let me turn the light on. Because it's a dull day in the UK. And I've turned my external light on just briefly while I show you what I've got. So, we've got this Blake Lively one that she did with L'Oreal, which is a beautiful, beautiful red. Very moi. So that's Blake's what's it called exactly? Blake's Pure Red. Then I've got this one, because I'm trying to test them out, guys, because to me, these are sticky. Now, I've got about 7 or 8 of these in my collection, and I want to see if I can declutter them, but they're amazing at staying on. They've got so much staying on power, so I want to keep them for that. Lisa, I sent Lisa this one actually, this 117 Groundbreaker, and she wore it yesterday for work and it stayed on all day through eating, through drinking. So I'm going to try this. I used Heroin a few days ago and I love the shade of it, guys, but I just don't like the tackiness of it. And I'm not putting an extra thick layer on, because Lisa was saying, could you maybe put a thinner layer on? I'm not really putting an extra thick layer on, so I don't know what the issue is. Anyway, this is the other one I've got, this Morphe. This is one of the Mega Mattes in the shades Tease. I mean, I just feel like maybe with the Maybelline ones, I feel like maybe the formula isn't for me. Sometimes I get that, like, sometimes I'm like that with scents of lipsticks. But again, this is a beautiful orange red. And that's everything, guys. I just wanted to come back and do this so you've seen everything that I've pulled. And like I said, I keep them in here. So yeah, guys, this is my Shop My Stash for the entire week. Yeah, I'm hoping it's a lot quicker. I'm hoping you enjoy it. Let me know your thoughts on this format. Let me know if you like the previous format better. Because like I said, you know, I can trial this for a month. And then wait for feedback off you guys. See what you think. I'll also be doing a favourite and fails on things that I've loved and hated. Probably in the next couple of days for the previous Shop My Stash, so look out for that. So guys, this concludes the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like, it really does help get my channel out there. Share and comment, and if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That would mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.